WJLA.com.
Good morning, America. The breaking news this morning, a deadly accident. An Amtrak train with nearly 150 people on board collides with a freight train in South Carolina. The deaths and the injuries. Passengers rushed to the hospital. What we're learning here this morning.
Super Bowl excitement. A million fans pouring into Minneapolis for the big game. Who will take home the trophy? Tight security on the ground and in the air to keep fans safe.
Plus this morning, concerns about the brutal cold as sports stars in Hollywood collide overnight. We'll take you to the hottest parties. J-Lo's Prince tribute. As Justin Timberlake warms up his act.
Just like
And Pink fighting the flu. Will she be ready to sing the national anthem?
Democrats fighting back what they say about that newly declassified controversial GOP memo, and a new question about Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. Was President Trump laying the groundwork to fire him at the State of the Union address?
And this morning, speaking out, Uma Thurman launching new allegations against the Hollywood movie mogul Harvey Weinstein after hinting she had quite a story to tell. How she says he pushed her down and tried to expose himself. Thurman also taking aim at the director Quentin Tarantino over this infamous scene from Kill Bill.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
And we do want to say good Sunday morning, everyone. We're going to get to all things Super Bowl in just a moment, but we need to start here with the breaking news. There's been a deadly crash just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. An Amtrak train colliding with a freight train.
Yeah, this comes on the heels of several other high-profile incidents involving Amtrak trains, and Ron is here with the very latest. Ron, good morning.
Good morning to you. This happened just after 2:30 this morning. Here's what we know so far. At least 2 people reported dead and at least 70 injured. Amtrak train 91 was carrying 139 passengers and 8 crew members. It was traveling from New York City to Miami. The NTSB has dispatched a team of investigators to the scene in Casey, South Carolina, near Columbia. Now, this crash comes a week after 1 person was killed and 6 injured when an Amtrak train carrying Republican Congress members to a conference in West Virginia. That train hit a garbage truck. And in December, another deadly derailment, an Amtrak passenger train hurling off an overpass near DuPont, Washington State, killing 3 people and injuring dozens while on its inaugural run from Seattle to Portland, Oregon. And now this accident early this morning in South Carolina again. At least 2 killed in that accident.
Ron, thank you. Joining us now on the phone is Derek Pettaway, who was on the train when it crashed. Derek, thank you very much for joining us on such short notice. From your perspective, what can you tell us about the moment of impact?
The moment of impact, I was asleep at the moment of impact, but that's actually what woke me up. But after that, everybody was just in shock. It's early in the morning. Everybody's tired. So it was relatively calm. It was calm, everybody, and orderly. The Amtrak crew was very professional, getting everybody gathered, collected, and detrained. First responders showed up really quick. I mean, it's been a pretty stressful morning, but everybody seems to be taking it fairly well.
And Derek, you said everybody was sleeping at the time of impact. It happened roughly around 2:30 in the morning. But what exactly did that impact feel like when the Amtrak train hit this freight train?
I don't know. The only thing I know is I was kind of just tossed up against the side of the car, and I hit my head and just minor injuries. But it was just felt for me, and where I was in the train, it just felt like just a really bad car accident.
We're really happy to hear that your injuries are minor. We do, however, unfortunately know that at least 2 people did not survive. As you were led off the train, you described it as orderly. Did you see many injured and possibly even fatalities?
Didn't see any fatalities. I saw a few people with much worse injuries than myself. Looked like maybe broken bones, but other than that, I didn't see much of anything.
And you said that the response was very orderly as well. We know that the Red Cross is taking the wounded at a nearby middle school, but what has the response exactly been like, Derek?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
I was just saying we know that the Red Cross has responded to the scene. They're now taking the wounded to a nearby middle school, but what exactly was the response like?
The response was great. I mean, I don't know about taking people to the shelter. I actually went straight from the crash site to a hospital and was discharged and moved back. I'm now at the shelter. I see people trickling in. I mean, you have maybe 40 to 60 folks in the gymnasium already.
And Derek, I imagine you feel pretty lucky to be alive this morning, considering what happened.
Yes.
All right, Derek Pettaway, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us on GMA this morning.
Thank you.
And ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Washington with more on the response to the crash. Good morning, Stephanie.
Dan and Paula, good morning. Details are still unfolding in South Carolina at this hour, but we do know the National Transportation Safety Board here in Washington is now on the way to the state. They're sending what's referred to as a GO team. It'll consist of more than a dozen investigators and support staff. They'll work closely with local authorities in South Carolina, trying to figure out what went wrong here. Now, the NTSB will take the lead. They'll look at everything from cameras and videos from the train to the speed and braking systems. They'll also gather information about the track and signage along the way. And as Paula mentioned, the Red Cross is also on site right now to help those affected and impacted by all of this. They're helping passengers and those that are walking around with injuries at the staging area near that middle school. Now, they've also dispatched emergency resources from across the state. They also say they'll be assisting first responders as well. And we just learned a few moments ago that NTSB investigators will also, of course, interview train engineers and the crew there. But guys, this is just the beginning, and a long investigation lies ahead.
Yes,
back over to you.
So many questions to be answered.
Thanks,
Thank
Stephanie.
you very much, Stephanie. We're going to be covering this breaking story all morning right here on ABC and on abcnews.com. But we want to turn now to the story that will likely dominate the minds of many Americans today, the David and Goliath clash in tonight's Super Bowl.
It's the heavily favored five-time champion New England Patriots against the underdog Philadelphia Eagles, who are attempting to win their first Super Bowl. We've got all the angles covered for you this morning, from the game to the security and to the frigid weather.
Speaking of the weather, there's a live shot of the stadium in Minnesota where the game will be played. The temperature right now, frigid. We have team coverage this morning throughout the broadcast, but we're going to start here with ABC's Eva Pilgrim, who's right there in Minneapolis. Eva, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. You can feel the excitement already here in Minneapolis, and it's not just because it is insanely cold, and it is cold, just like Minnesota is used to having. This city, though, is ready for the fans, and they are ready for today's big game. 1 million fans have poured into Minneapolis for one of the largest sporting events in the world, the Super Bowl. But to ensure the game and those fans are safe, local, state, and federal authorities are working together.
The Super Bowl is a Tier 1 national security event. So there's already extra layers of security that are in place that are unique and different from almost any other event that happens.
But not without issue. The local security company hired to handle Super Bowl Live, the outdoor fan experience, was fired just days ago. Concerns raised over how they vetted their employees. A new company now securing the event. As for the game, a huge security force is ready to deploy. Bomb-sniffing dogs, officers on the ground and in the air, and this massive chain link and concrete fence surrounds U.S. Bank Stadium. The bitter cold, another challenge for law enforcement. For the first time ever, fans will go through security screenings before getting to the stadium.
We're going to screen a lot of the people off-site so that nobody has to wait in line in the freezing cold.
Once cleared from the Mall of America, fans will be shuttled to the stadium. With this to be the coldest Super Bowl ever, local hospitals are on alert.
We're quite concerned and quite ready for an influx of people who are unfortunately intoxicated, maybe not making the best decisions, and partying a little bit too much in a Minnesota winter. That's a bad combination.
And this weather is dangerously cold. It doesn't take very long to get frostbite if you are out here and you have an exposed skin. And just to kind of describe to you how cold it is this morning, my nose wants to run, guys, but it's so cold it's freezing before it actually comes out of my nose this morning. That is the level of cold we are dealing with.
Ron just said TMI.
Eva Pilgrim taking us inside the mechanics of her nose this morning. We appreciate that. And Ron Claiborne sitting by just points out that, yes, it's freezing out there, but the game is inside. So that is the good
thankfully.
news. Once again, thank you to Eva. We're going to turn now to politics and President Trump declaring that the controversial Republican memo released on Friday, quote, totally vindicates him in the Russia investigation.
But this morning, the Democrats are out with a new pushback. George is standing by with analysis. But we're going to begin with ABC's David Wright in West Palm Beach, where the president is spending his weekend. David, good morning.
Good morning, Paula and Dan. The president does claim that that newly declassified Republican memo vindicates him in the Russia probe, but the Democrats are blasting back, accusing House Republicans who voted along party lines to release that document of being part and parcel of an organized effort to obstruct the special counsel's investigation. Here in Florida, the president is celebrating, tweeting, "This memo totally vindicates Trump in probe." But the Russian witch hunt goes on and on. This is an American disgrace. Trump and his allies insist the document released Friday is proof positive the special counsel's investigation is nothing more than partisan politics.
They got a warrant on someone in the Trump campaign using opposition research paid for by the Democratic Party and the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Trump has left open the possibility he may even fire Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who is singled out in the memo for criticism.
Does it make you more likely to fire Rosenstein? Do you still have confidence in him after reading the memo?
You figure that one out.
But this 6-page Democratic rebuttal written by the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee insists there is no credible basis whatsoever for removing Rod Rosenstein. Quote, "If the president is looking to fire Mr. Rosenstein, he will have to look outside the Nunes memo for his pretext." Some say the president may have already started laying the groundwork for that at the State of the Union.
Tonight I call on Congress to empower every cabinet secretary with the authority to reward good workers and to remove federal employees who undermine the public trust or fail the American people.
Could the broad new standard the president proposes apply to federal law enforcement officers? Leaders of the president's own party have so far been unwilling to accept the GOP memo as a reason to end the Russia probe.
This memo is not an indictment of the FBI, of the Department of Justice. It does not impugn the Mueller investigation or the Deputy Attorney General.
Now, we should clarify that this new Democratic rebuttal is not the classified Democratic memo that you may have heard about. This one was circulated to House Democrats on Saturday. Tomorrow, Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee plan to renew their efforts to get their memo declassified. That's something that the Republicans have so far declined to do. Dan and Paula?
More light reading that we can look forward to this week. All right, David Wright, thank you. We want to bring in Chief Anchor George Stephanopoulos, who's going to be hosting this week a little bit later.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, George. So does it appear that Trump is teaming himself up to oust special counsel Robert Mueller and Rod Rosenstein? You heard in that piece when asked explicitly about Rod Rosenstein, he said, quote, "You figure that one out." And if so, what are the political ramifications?
Well, the White House has said no, the president is not going to fire Rod Rosenstein. They've also said he's not planning on firing Robert Mueller. But we know that behind closed doors, the president has been very agitated about this, has complained about both Mueller and Rosenstein, and has even threatened at times to follow through on that. But the White House says that's not going to happen right now. What you're seeing here is an effort, though, to discredit the entire Russia investigation. The president claims that he's vindicated there. Not only Democrats, but independent analysts who've looked at this memo show it doesn't even come close to vindicating the president here. It is filled with inaccuracies. They claim that, in fact, the motivation, the fact that some of the dossier was paid for was revealed to the judge. We're not going to know the truth until we know the underlying intelligence.
But whatever you think of the president's motives here or the accuracy of the memo, has the president and have his allies successfully created enough fog around this issue that whatever Mueller releases in the end, people will not believe it?
I don't know how many people, but clearly the president has a campaign going right now, and he's backed up by a lot of his Republican allies in both the media and in Congress to discredit the Mueller probe. Whether that will succeed, I think, will depend a lot on what exactly Mueller finds. We don't know what evidence Mueller has. We don't know what his conclusions are. Perhaps Robert Mueller doesn't know what his conclusions are right now. But there is no question, I think you're right, that we've seen an effort now to tarnish the investigation and color the reaction whenever these findings are made.
All right, George, thank you
you.
so much for the analysis. A reminder that George has a packed show coming up. He's going to talk about the latest fallout over the release of the GOP House Intelligence Committee memo with two key members, top Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff and Republican Congressman Will Hurd.
Plus, this week kicks off ABC's coverage of the 2018 midterms this morning, so I traveled to the 18th Congressional District of Pennsylvania, where a special election battle next month could set the tone for November. It's all coming up later this morning. Yes, I've been roped into working with
Double
you.
duty.
Happily.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, George. Appreciate it.
Thanks again, George. We're going to turn now to Hollywood and Uma Thurman's explosive allegations about mistreatment.
Yeah, this morning, the star accusing the movie mogul Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault. She's also alleging that the director Quentin Tarantino put her in harm's way during a stunt. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more.
Overnight, Uma Thurman performing on Broadway, but staying quiet about her newly reported allegations against disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. After months of hints.
When I'm ready, I'll say what I have to say.
New York Times columnist Maureen Dowd now writing, Thurman told her that during a meeting in Paris, Weinstein, wearing only a bathrobe, tried to lure her into a steam room. Then shortly after in London, Thurman claims, he pushed me down, he tried to shove himself on me, he tried to expose himself. Thurman saying she told him the next day, if you do what you did to me to other people, you will lose your career, your reputation, and your family. Weinstein's attorney telling ABC News that he is stunned and saddened by what he claims are false accusations.
There may be no one actor or actress who's more intertwined in the career of Harvey Weinstein than Uma Thurman. So this particular set of allegations is all the more disturbing because they're practically synonymous with each other's careers.
Weinstein produced 1994's hit Pulp Fiction and the 2003-2004 Kill Bill films.
I roared. I rampaged.
Where Thurman famously drove that blue convertible. All three films directed by Quentin Tarantino, who Thurman also called out in the Times interview. The actress now saying Tarantino forced her to drive the car against her wishes. Releasing this behind-the-scenes crash footage she says gave her a concussion and serious bruises.
And she called that experience dehumanization to the point of death. We reached out to Tarantino for comment, but have not heard back. Dan, Paula.
Marcy, thank you very much. Let's check the weather. As we said right at the top of the show, weather is a huge factor right now in Minneapolis.
It is, and we're going to take you back there. Obviously, we saw Eva freezing outside. They had snow yesterday, and this is what happened just outside of Minneapolis. I-94, big pile up there. Up to 50 vehicles involved. There were 5 injuries, just an absolute mess. The snow has stopped there. At the moment, it's moving towards the east, but the cold air certainly has barreled in. And Watertown, New York as well, seeing heavy snow yesterday with a little lake enhancement. Here comes our next batch of cold air. There it is, the wind chills today. Minus 21, that's this morning. Not warming up a whole lot as we go on through time. This will be pushing off towards the east as well. So 7 p.m. wind chills, 11 below zero. Thank goodness they play that game inside. All right, here's the snow filtering in towards some of this cold air, but also some warm air and some rain, maybe some icing west of I-85. I think I-95 will be mostly rain with this system. You got to go well north and west to see the snow mixing in. But again, once it does so, we're looking at the cold pouring in, and there's your potential for ice and your potential for snow upwards of a foot in some spots. That's a check on what's happening weather-wise nationally. It's time now for your local forecast.
Well, we're on weather alert for Super Bowl Sunday. Winter weather advisory is in effect for the metro starting at 10 a.m. And here's why. We're tracking a system bringing in some freezing rain and some sleet early on. Starting at 10 to about lunchtime, notice Frederick back towards Culpeper could see a few slick spots. Changing over to all rain by the afternoon. So through about 6, 7 o'clock tonight, you will need the umbrella. Notice those temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s for a daytime high. We'll clear out for the early half of the week, but it'll be windy on Monday.
And if the cold has you down, go west. Record-breaking heat across California. We'll go over those lovely temperatures in the next half an hour.
Lovely temperatures.
Yes.
We haven't seen enough Ron Claiborne this morning.
You're right. Good morning again. And we're going to begin with a new report alleging that dozens of young girls were molested by Dr. Larry Nassar while the FBI took more than a year investigating claims that he was sexually abusing gymnasts in his care. The New York Times reporting that the FBI became aware of allegations of abuse against Nassar in July 2015, but it wasn't until 14 months later that the allegations were made public. Nassar has already been sentenced to nearly 2 centuries in prison. and faces more time. In northern Syria, militants linked to al-Qaeda shot down a Russian fighter jet. Reports say the pilot ejected but was killed on the ground in exchange of gunfire with the